Hello guys, welcome to Majijibo Life Abroad channel. On this channel, we discuss scholarship opportunities, international conferences, and international jobs. If you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe. And if you're a returning subscriber, you are welcome once again. Today's video, I'm going to take you through how I started the process of applying for scholarship onto the point of getting a fully funded scholarship that covers my living expenses, my flight tickets, and of course the tuition. Okay, and how I got an international job as an international student in my home country. Okay, um, so this video is going to change you, or there are certain things you are going to learn from me. So give me your 15 minutes or 20 minutes or so for you to learn from my own story so that you'll be able to make a better decision. Or maybe you've even done worse than what I have done already. In that case, let me just share my story. How I got my fully funded scholarship, international job as an international student, being in my own country, okay, in the United States, okay. So, of course, at university, undergraduate level, I completed my BSc in civil engineering. That was 2020. So, and just at the penultimate year of my academic, my bachelor's, that's like fourth, because I went to like year 5. I did 5 years bachelor's because we went to the honors program. So I had to do one extra year. So what actually happens at the penultimate year, I was thinking of how I'll be able to do my master's just after university. So I completed my degree, my last exams, 2020. And what I was thinking was to get a scholarship 2021, because that's the year we graduated. Okay. So April, I graduated from university, and of course, all what I was thinking was just to get a scholarship so that I'll fulfill my dream. Like, I never wanted to have a gap here. Okay, a gap year, if you don't know, simply means you finish your bachelor's and then you have to sit. If you're in high school, this is like for a year without going to school. Okay, so I never wanted that. I just wanted to finish school because I have asked some of my lecturers that, okay, what do you think? I just want to, as soon as I'm done with my bachelor's, I want to do my master's. But you know, there were different opinions. Some people were saying, okay, it's always important maybe for you to have some basic working experience, and some will say it doesn't matter, okay, because it's a process, it's something that is actually different from your bachelor's, so it's more like a process of learning new things, so you don't need to have working experience. So I was like I was like in the middle of the fence. Okay, so I graduated, I got my degrees. Of course, the degree that I was yearning for, I got that degree, and I was so elated, so happy. Okay, now here comes in the scholarship search. So I started first. I had to be in many forums like Facebook. If you check my Facebook page, or if you are someone that is close to me, you will notice that there are basically, I think, three things. There are three groups most often I join, that I join on Facebook, like anything that relates to my religion, anything that has to do with engineering, and the last one was opportunities like scholarship and other things. Okay, so those are basically the three groups I join on Facebook, different groups. So that's where actually I started. I started joining these groups, okay, just to have a feel of how it looks like, maybe get some information, especially about scholarships. And So while I was in that process, of course, you know, for us, like, to me, I was feeling like, okay, you graduated from university as one of the top students in your class, then you don't get a job within 6 months or so, let's say maximum. Like, it will be like, what's happening? So all that was in my brain. So fortunately for me, I got a job just after I graduated. I think a month. I had to wait because I already had the job. Um, I already have the job, basically, technically, okay. But it was I hadn't signed any papers yet for to start working. So basically, for me, it was different. So I got the job. On the job, um, so I had, of course, just like I said, one of the best results. At the undergraduate level, I went to the company and I started working, and it was like at some point I was given some task that I could not perform. It was actually difficult for me, and I was like, what's happening with me? It seems as if I don't fit to be here, because imagine all that I have learned at the university and I'm still struggling to know these basic things. But while I was there, I was actually trying to figure out how I can get scholarships. So I joined WhatsApp groups, Facebook groups. Okay. So there was this lady I met on Facebook. I won't call her name. She stays in Canada. And so I was like scrolling and I saw the video. So I had to click on the video. Okay. And it was really exciting for me to watch. Like, I think I went somewhere to teach. Like, it was a weekend, actually, Saturday. I went somewhere to teach someone. Okay. Then I had to sit there after teaching, like an hour, just watching that video to learn from what she was saying. She was saying like how you can hack scholarship within the universities. I was like, okay, this is interesting. Let me learn from this. It took an hour, 30 minutes, because it was really long. It's like a free webinar. That's how she labeled it, okay? How you can hack scholarship within the universities. So I was so eager to actually know more about it, because even though I had, just like I said, the result I was yearning, but was that really enough? I need to have the experience. I need to have the know-how how to apply for these opportunities. So since I met that lady, that video that I watched, I was so excited. But there was something she asked us, basically. So if you are interested in my program, I think so. She run like a month intensive program month. You learn like how to write statement of purpose, how to write personal statements, how to create a perfect CV, how to search for universities, how to reach out to graduate coordinators. So many things I learned. But like, I was thinking, okay, just after this training, I'm going to get my scholarship. Life doesn't work that way. So I was so focused. I had to like, I do wake up sometimes, like at night, 3 a.m., just to be with her, because I'm not alone. So, we have different time zone. So I need to wake up like 3 a.m., 2 a.m. just to be part of the class. And I won't say, of course, my expectation were not uh, okay. I mean, like, she didn't actually meet my expectation, because what I was thinking, just after the training, I was going to get a scholarship. And maybe, hopefully, she's going to help me get the scholarship. But it doesn't work that way. So after the training, 1 month intensively, how to write all of these things and how to reach out to graduate coordinators. And she spoke about loans as well. So I have learned a lot, actually, even though I didn't get a scholarship straight off after the training. But I would say, and it was actually expensive. There was a time I went to the bank to pay the money because I had to do like transfer, wire transfer. I use GBA. So I thought the money was $97. So I took some money from what I was paid where I was working, and I was having a business I was running. So I took some money. I went with this $97. Then when I went, that's the time I realized that it was $997. So I was like shocked, but I wanted this thing. So I really wanted it. I just wanted to learn and get to apply for this scholarship and get them, then fulfill my dream, because I had always wanted to move out of my country, experience what it feels like, you know, that joy. uh, you know, it was good. At the end of the day, it pays off. So, guys, when I realized that it was actually $997, I was actually shocked, but I was determined. So I had to actually take almost all my money that I was using for that particular business I was having. Yes, half of that, I guess, and put that and pay for the classes, the webinar. I learned all that I have spoken about already, and I started the application now because I have now the know-how. I know exactly how to do the process. And just like I said, one of my favorite quotes, I think nobody has ever said that, maybe, and you will learn from that. Like, I do often say, nothing not started. Okay, anything not started has never been completed. You get to start somewhere. You don't just have to sit and keep procrastinating. You get to start somewhere. So okay, I say, then I was like ready now to apply. I started applying. The first scholarship I applied for, it was, I think, Singapore. Yes, there was this scholarship, government of Singapore. Unfortunately, I could not submit that application because I was waiting for my recommenders. There was one who was like, could not provide me the recommendation on time. So because of that, I missed that scholarship. I did all the write-up, but I could not submit because I was waiting for um, that recommendation. And it was not like you submit the recommender's information, and at the end of the day, the scholarship committee is going to send an email to your recommenders for them to do the recommendation. That was like, so in my own case, that particular scholarship was, I need to upload the recommendation. If I didn't upload, I will not be able to submit. So I missed that one. It was actually frustrating for me. That was like the first thing. Now the next one was a Chinese scholarship I saw. Thing because it was on WhatsApp or Google search. Xinguan scholarship. It focuses more on it's the scholarship is actually Schwaman scholarship. It's one of the prestigious scholarship you can get to study in China. So I applied for that scholarship. It's more like focus on leadership. I applied for that scholarship. I did all on my application, write up, and recommendations were submitted. But again, at the end of the day, I received we are sorry. At this moment, your application was not able to be considered because of the pool of applicants, you know. And you might be thinking your best class is enough to get you a scholarship. It doesn't work that way. There are many facets when it comes to scholarship out there. These people look at, and that one was more like focus on leadership. It's not like your degree, leadership, and one other thing I have forgotten, you know. So I missed that one out. So like I have missed out two opportunities now. But one thing I always have in me, I always have this fire in me that once I miss an opportunity, that should be like a motivation for me to do another application. Because I always want to sleep and be thinking, maybe tomorrow when I wake up and check my email, I will receive an email from a scholarship committee congratulating me. So that's always in my mind. So once I finish up with an application and I receive any email, whether it is good or bad, and for those cases it was bad and they were more like bad news, okay, I need to apply. That should serve as um, that should serve as a motivation for me to do another application. So the next one was Chevening scholarship. I did my write-up, my 4 essays, do my recommendation. I completed, so I submitted the application and they did the first check. The first stage of the application, and I proceed to the next stage because they did the technical checks, whether you meet the minimum working experience and some shots. Okay, so I passed that stage and I went to the other stage. But I think the third stage, I was not able to be considered. So I received again the same email. We are sorry. Thank you for your application. And just after that, I decided to focus on universities now. So now, like, I've missed out 3 government scholarship. Now it's time for me to focus on universities. So I have a book. I'm going to show you that book. I think I need to show you. You guys have to wait. Yes, I need to show you this book. It's important for me to show you this. Yes, so I have seen it. So this is actually a diary. This is a diary, and I need to show you these things for you guys to see. I guess so. These are more like all the names, like universities, the guardian coordinators. I started writing names of universities. Okay, as you can see here, tuition free, tuition free. I don't know if you guys can see tuition free universities. Okay, I started writing them. Okay, this is Schwaman University I was talking about. Schwaman Scholarship rather. And these are colleges as well. These are colleges within the US. So I started writing these universities. Like, I think I wrote like 100 universities within the US. And out of those 100, like, you have list C. List C was like you just select universities. List B was like selecting universities that offers your program. And list A was like the ones you meet the requirements and you want to apply to. So like I think I was having like 10, and my aim was to apply to at least a minimum of, let's say, 10 universities, So I started the application process, reaching out to graduate coordinators about financial aid, graduate assistantship, research, and I think I applied to a university in Canada. I was like Ottawa, University of Ottawa, and that one I didn't do that myself. I met this lady. Was it? I don't know. Was it Google search, and I saw, I think, ads or something. Ads. I saw Bison Consultant. Bison is a company based in Canada that helps students to get admission, guide them. So I met this lady. I've forgotten. I keep forgetting these names. So I met this lady. I sent an email, and she was like, she responded to my email. We had a Zoom meeting. She asked me what do I want, and I told her exactly. It was from her I realized that there is this software you can use. Actually, you can apply without not having contact with the admission office. We call it, I think, apply board. So all of that I have used. So the lady showed me apply board, and she did the application for me. But I had to pay some money, application fee. I think it was $150, $110. Yes, yes. My mother can serve me well. I paid like $110. But unfortunately, I didn't look at, because even though I have done 1 month training with the lady I spoke about, but yet still there are things I was missing. I didn't check the scholarship session whether the scholarship, the automatic scholarship, when I meet the requirement, if I got accepted to the program, whether I will be considered for that scholarship. I didn't check that. So until then, when I received my offer, I realized that the minimum for me to be considered for that automatic scholarship, I think it was 40,000 Canadian dollars, which would have paid my master's degree and all of that. But I need to have like first class, and not just first class, you need to have like, I think 92% GPA, which is like 3.7 over 4.0 scale. Yes. Unfortunately, mine was not up to that. So I missed out that. So when I received my offer, I was so happy. Actually, I was happy. Congratulations, you've been accepted. Then I looked at the financial aid section. I could not get a scholarship. It was written self-funded. I said, wow, this was like a waste. But however, I've learned something as well. I never gave up. I started again. So more like now, I was like, okay, let me focus within the US because the thing about Canadian universities, most of them, you hardly find a university that you won't pay application fee. And things were hard now. I just started working, so I don't have that much money. So we pay for application fee. So I focus on the US, wherein most of the universities will waive application fee. And if you don't, you ask the admission office for them, or the department head, graduate coordinator, or maybe you sign up for one of the events, maybe admission events, where they bring in international students to talk about their programs, the admission, and once you register, most often attendees, their applications are waived. Okay, so I started applying to these universities. I received the other one. It was University of New Haven with 40% scholarship. Yes, so I sent an email to the graduate coordinator requesting for more funding or graduate assistantship, whether to be a tutor or whatever position, just for me to add up to what I have been given. Unfortunately, I did not get that. It was a private university, very expensive. So I got the 40%. I was like, okay, this is it. Now, just after that, I think I was in a vehicle. Yes. Then ads again, just like when you are scrolling, you will see just a video pops up. So I saw this Empower Financing. So I clicked on that, and that was like, I was so happy actually. I looked at the video and we are saying, okay, we are giving loans to international students for them to study within the US or Canada. So if you're one of them, consider checking whether you are eligible. I said, okay, let me try this one. Unfortunately, New Haven, which has given me offer and with a 40% scholarship, is not part of Empower's university, because Empower partners with different universities. Okay, I don't know how they do their partnership. Okay, how a university will call it, or how they consider what they look at in a specific university for them to partner with that university. So unfortunately, New Haven was not part of it. So I could not basically actualize my dream, whether taking a loan and just add up to what I have been given and apply for a visa. So that ended. That year, I think that was 2021. 2022, I have now the experience and was ready to apply to universities. So I started collecting universities, searching for programs that I think I meet the minimum requirement, and started reaching to graduate coordinators. As I have shown you now, I will just started writing down their emails and all of that. Started sending them emails, and some I won't receive any response, and some I did as well. So after applying, I think I applied to like 9 universities. Out of those 9, I got 6 admission, and 3 it was like sorry as well. Out of those 6, I think I received 4 partial scholarship, and none of them were fully funded. But there was this university I was so interested in and now for 2022, I didn't just apply to any university. I look at university that partner with Empower Finances. So I was like, in my mind, if I don't get a fully funded scholarship, whatever I'm going to get, I'll just apply for this loan and get that. So I got accepted to Carnegie Mellon University, one of the highest ranked universities after Ivy League universities within the US. I got accepted again to like University, New York University, and so many Michigan. It was like Michigan, we are most people will be accepted into that university, and I forgot some the other universities, okay, and those that Alabama didn't offer me a space. So I was like, okay, now I have CMU, Carnegie Mellon University. Let me just focus on this and apply for a loan. Looked for a loan. Now I know the process. I got my loan approved from Empower with the amount of money I needed. So unfortunately, I could not get a visa date. So I was like monitoring the system for visa dates in my country. Unfortunately, I didn't get. So while I was in that process, there was this last scholarship we're talking about, a scholarship. My dad called me that you need to apply for that scholarship. Call your brother and something. There's this. I have a brother who works within the Turkish embassy, and he called me. Okay, you need to apply for this scholarship. You might get that, based on the fact that your credentials are good and we are intelligent enough, all of that. Okay, so I said okay, but I'm just going to give it a try because my focus was like I need to go for this interview for me to go to the United States and all of that. Because the university, apart from being ranked high, I got this like they are so accommodating. The professors, whenever I want to have meeting with them, it's very easy for me. I'll just schedule a Zoom and they're ready to speak to me. Even my advisors, So I find the university so friendly, and I think, and we are more like peculiar from the other universities that I applied to. So my focus was just to go to that university, but yet still, without like saying because I have hold on to this one, I applied for Turkey Abossi scholarship, and because the way I applied for that particular scholarship, because of the way I applied for that particular scholarship, guys, I need to drink. Because the way my application, my brother was like, "Have you applied? Have you finished your application?" I said, "I don't need to worry. Now I have learned so many things. I need to focus on my essays." And that was like the first scholarship where I did a research proposal, because if I had been part of that, or like if I was like ready to do research proposals to other universities within US or Canada, 80% I would have gotten offer and funding opportunity. But like I was like saying, you know what? I don't need to stress myself doing a research proposal. I have to think, I have to write. It takes so much time and energy. I was not ready for that. But because this particular scholarship, my dad called me for that. I was like, if I didn't apply, that guy is going to be very, very angry with me. So let me just make the effort and focus. So I did a perfect application. So I was confident enough I was going to be called for interview. And just like I said, I received the email, call for interview for Turkey Abossi scholarship. I went for the interview. I was confident enough because I've done my research very well. I went for the interview. It was more like what to I just spoke about my family because the interviewer was so friendly, because I don't know why. So I knew I was going to be selected. And after a week or so, I got the email. You've been, congratulations, you got the scholarship, fully funded, everything paid. And I was like, okay, I'm happy. At least, whilst I'm waiting for a visa interview to go to the United States, I think this is an opportunity that I'll make good use of, you know. So that's how I have been able to move from my country to where I am right now. And if I tell you that that 1 year is as important, or is more important than the thousand or the 100 or the I don't know how to call it, no's I received, because I can now see the changes, so many things that it's just a matter of time. I'm not saying I'm better than anyone, no, far from that, but we are in the right direction. And that's what I want you guys to get. If you're out there, you are still you want these opportunities, never give up. Just continue to do what you're doing. And just like I promised you that starting at the start of my video, that how I got a job as an international student. So actually, Carnegie Mellon University, as I told you, I have been able to um, interact well with the professors, the guided coordinators. So they gave me an email, like university email. I was like part of their system now. So I was asking, the fact that I have taken a loan for me to fulfill my dream. I'm going to the United States, and particularly this university, because there's something unique about that university. Their content, what I'm expecting to learn. I know if I learn that and go back to my country, I know what it means for me, actually. It's going to change me for good. So I spoke with the graduate coordinator that if there's any job I'm interested, this will help me to actually ease down the complications. So this is going to help me to actually ease down the stress about applying, about the interviews. Okay, like if I'm asked how am I going to pay this loan while I'm in school, I'm not going to talk about the loan in details. Maybe I will make a video on that. I know some of you guys and some people are like, how am I going to pay this money? But when you understand the system, it's actually stress free. It's not something you have to stress yourself. You only pay the interest rate while in school, and after school you pay your principal, which of course is not something, depending on what you are going to study, the marketability of it, you won't be thinking of, like, you don't even have to scratch your head for you to pay that money. Anyways, I will not go into details of that, as I promised. Maybe I'll make a video on that, depending if you guys want me to. Okay, so I reach out to the guardian coordinator, explaining my situation. I need this one. This will be a backup for me to show to the consulars, those who interview visa interview officers, that I have this job already. So if I have to pay, I'm going to use that. And just like, if you're not following my Facebook page, please go there and look at that some of the posts I have done when I spoke about where I did a write-up about emails, how important, how communication, how you communicate with these people. So, and boom, I was like, green light, okay, you have to apply. So there was this application for grade acquisition. So it means you are going to grade undergraduate students their script. Okay, so you work with a professor and you grade, and they will be paying you. So I said, okay. I applied for that, and just after application, I sent an email. I've applied, and I'm hoping that you will consider me for one of the positions. So luckily, I got the offer. I got the job. I was like, okay, I'm okay now. I have a good chance of getting my visa approved. So that's how I actually got a job, even without being in the US, just being in my own country. I already got the job. So if you are out there as a young man, uh, or a female, whatever sex you are, and you are in for these opportunities, just realize that it won't happen a day. If it happens, then it's more like a plus. But most often these things they are not on a platter. You might be thinking, we have, of course, thousands and thousands of scholarships out there, but you have to realize as well, there are thousands and millions of students wanting these same opportunities you are looking for. So it's actually a tough race for you to get one. But there is one thing I've always had in my mind, and that's the consistency, So it is key, It won't happen just one day, but it's going to be a life-changing opportunity if you constantly wake up 1 hour or 2 hours, just search for these opportunities and get to learn how to do the process. That's key. Okay, so far, guys, I hope you've learned something from this and you put some of the things I have said, you learn from them and be able to revamp your mind and certain things maybe you've done wrongly for you to avail these opportunities. I'm here to help you in one way or the other. You can reach out to me when you go to my YouTube website. There's an email official. You can reach out to me. Okay. I will be ready to assist you once you have all your documents ready. I will be able to guide you. So, guys, stay blessed, and I pray that you succeed in this journey. Okay. Thank you, guys. I wish you the very best.